Imagine looking at the sky tonight and realizing that a new light has appeared. At first, it might seem like just another star. But upon closer observation, astronomers discover something impossible. That is not a star. It is a giant planet, larger than Jupiter, slowly entering the solar system. The question is, what would happen to Earth? Today, the solar system appears extremely stable. The planets follow their orbits almost perfectly, repeating the same motion for billions of years. But this balance depends on something very delicate: the gravity between all the bodies in the system. Now imagine a giant planet crossing this region of space. Even if it never came close to Earth, its presence could begin to change everything. The first region to feel the effects of this intruder would be the asteroid belt, located between Mars and Jupiter. This region contains millions of space rocks orbiting the Sun. Normally, they remain relatively stable, but the arrival of a giant planet would completely change this balance. The gravity of the new planet could pull these asteroids into new trajectories. Some would be launched far out of the solar system, but others could be sent toward the inner planets. This could trigger a rain of cosmic impacts on Mars, Earth, and even Venus. Events like this have already happened in the past of the solar system, but a new planet could dramatically increase this instability. In space, everything depends on gravitational balance. Each planet is kept in its orbit by a combination of forces. When a new massive object appears, this balance can begin to change. The gravitational force between two bodies depends directly on their mass and the distance between them. This means that a giant planet could slowly begin to pull other planets into new trajectories. Mars could move farther away from the Sun. Venus could move a little closer. And even Earth's orbit could experience small changes. Even a very small change in Earth's orbit could cause enormous changes in the planet's climate. A little farther from the Sun, and the global temperature could drop drastically. A little closer, and the planet could begin to heat up much more. But there is one planet that would probably have the greatest impact in this scenario: Jupiter. Jupiter is the most massive planet in the solar system. It has more than twice the mass of all the other planets combined. Because of this, it works as a kind of gravitational shield. If a giant planet entered the solar system, it is very likely that it would eventually have a gravitational encounter with Jupiter. This encounter could produce several different outcomes. In some scenarios, Jupiter could alter the intruder's trajectory and deflect it out of the system. In others, the two planets could enter a kind of chaotic gravitational dance, drastically changing their orbits. And in more extreme situations, the two giants could even approach each other dangerously. Simulations made by astronomers show that this type of encounter can generate an impressive phenomenon. Entire planets can be expelled from the solar system. This happens when the gravitational interaction between two giant planets transfers enough energy to launch one of them into interstellar space. These worlds then begin to wander alone through the universe. They are called rogue planets. Today, scientists have already discovered several of these planets traveling alone through the galaxy, and many of them were probably expelled from their original systems by similar events. Depending on the trajectory of the intruding planet, several scenarios could happen to Earth. In a relatively mild scenario, our orbit could change only slightly, altering the planet's climate over millions of years. In a more unstable scenario, Earth could experience a huge increase in the number of asteroid impacts. But in an extreme scenario, something even more dramatic could happen. Earth could be expelled from the solar system. Without the sun's heat, our planet would slowly transform into a frozen world wandering through interstellar space. Fortunately, this type of scenario is extremely unlikely. Today, there is no giant planet heading toward the solar system. But observations of other planetary systems show that this kind of instability can happen quite frequently in the universe. Many systems appear to have gone through chaotic phases in the past, which makes something even more impressive. The balance we see today in our solar system may be the result of billions of years of extremely rare stability. And perhaps that is exactly what allowed life to arise here on Earth.